Space is open to us now. We go into space.
I've been holding my action. It's time to go.
Welcome, everyone. We're the Dicks in the Dark. I am DM Steve, and this is Up, and Away, our Dungeons & Dragons game in space. And if you like Dungeons & Dragons or any TTRPG type things, make sure to smash that like button. Please subscribe. We're happy to have all of our new subscribers. Ring the bell for notifications so you don't so that you don't miss any of the games that we have going on. Sorry, I'm trying to get all this YouTube stuff out real quick. Leave a comment down below, like our friend Country Fried Minis. Hello, Country Fried Minis, and share the stream. Of course, speaking of Country Fried Minis, also, he's a friend of the channel. Go and check out his YouTube channel. Maybe give him a sub. Country Fried Minis. He does little painting, miniatures, and all that kind of stuff. And we do some playing over there sometimes. He does some playing. We just wrapped up a fun game over there, so check them out. But this is the Dicks in the Dark, and you're here for Up, and Away, or at least I hope you're here for Up, and Away, because that is the game that we are playing today. Garrett, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Getting good grades.
Didn't that come up last session too?
It came up on Saturday.
It did. Oh yeah. Oh, it came up on.
It came
when
up
we were
while
playing
we were talking.
Save Hell.
Which, by the way, subscribe so you can watch Save Hell.
Right. Also,
every other Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Planescape, Castles and Crusades, Planar Adventures, where the party, nearly total party kill, gets TPK'd like almost every episode. It's really, it's really great. But they've survived so far, so good. Dan.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cameron.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Yeah.
I really haven't been conscious or able to do much because I had a bad migraine, and then I played some Country Fried Minis, and then I started to get a migraine again last night. So I was just blah, and I passed out, and I've just been laying around and just dying, but somehow I'm here right now, just barely. I had a bunch of computer problems, which is why we're a little bit late, but better late than never. So here we are. Yeah. So it's gonna be that kind of a game tonight. So let's go head over to the main screen and have Garrett give us a vibe and see if our vibe matches the vibe of me.
We will see. Watch, it's going to be a 69.
46. Okay.
Sure.
You know what? A 4 kind of looks like a 9, and then the 6 if it was backwards.
No, you're high.
It's inverse 96.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
Wait,
you're still
wait,
reeling.
wait.
You're still reeling from that game last night because, dude, if you really want to see what happens when the chat can mess with the DM, watch last night.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It wasn't so bad, and then it it wasn't so bad actually. I think it was worse because I was kind of out of it, but I think I still handled everything particularly well. So yay me. Also, the one thing that I was able to do today, that also made me kind of late, was install AC. Which was massively important because I probably would not be able to sit in this room if there was not
Yeah, it's a little warm today.
Yeah, it got warm, and I'm very I'm sensitive to the heat. I need the coolness, man. The cool, dry of manufactured air. Uh, all right. Well, we've got a vibe. I guess that means that we've got to figure out what happened last time on Up, Up, and Away. And I think Argyle, Elise, Tonalana, just the three of them, right? On the Elise, which is the captured Sin Marauder, are
We're in the cave. We're in the
Yeah.
cave, and we just saw Mom and Dad.
Right. Where is my
And
thing?
Tanalana pressed a button and illuminated the cave. So there's
Right.
ancient tech. There's ancient tech in the cave.
Right. So yeah, so they went into the cave. Argyle, I think, met.
What's his name is with us too. Lucchesi is with us as well.
Oh, that's right, Lucchesi, because he wanted to check on his various like holdings, his investments and things. Yeah, right. So Lucchesi came with you. You went into the cave to check out the villagers because you knew the villagers were hiding in the cave because of scans that you made. When you first showed up, they kind of panicked because, you're in this crazy looking ship. But you landed, talked to the mayor, talked to some of your uncles, went into the cave, found out that the villagers relocated to the cave because they were worried that there was some kind of apocalyptic event that was going to, rain fire on everybody. And so they figured they'd be safer in the cave. Your uncles had already started to set up the cave with a group of the dwarves that had been, if you remember, there were dwarves there that had been like loggers and stuff. They had set up a forge, and they were kind of working to kind of clean up the cave, and it became the perfect spot, to house the people. When you went back far into the chamber, they showed you that they discovered your mother and your father in these tubes. What?
What's
Just the way you said that.
Discovered
And they
your mother.
discovered your mother.
your mother and
Oh,
your
yeah.
father in these tubes?
In these tubes.
In these tubes.
Yes. And Tonalana, yes, she goes and she presses the button, and blip, 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 blip. There's all kinds of light and tech back there in that chamber, and that's where we left off with them. Now, of course, that is not the only group, because you guys have split the party.
Well, why wouldn't we have split the party? We always split
That's
the
what
party.
we do here.
Right. And so there is also a group over here at the fort. As you can see, the Gengar 2 and 3 are parked on the top of the fort, Fort Madguno. And I did not name Madguno at a time when I even knew what gooning was, so don't accuse me of that.
It's not spelled the same either. So
It's not
is,
spelled the same.
But are you a mad gooner?
yeah,
I
yes,
am not. I am not. Maybe in my youth, but no, I don't have any reason to be a mad gooner at the moment. I'm happily ungooned because I'm galled. So,
Oh
it's all
God.
good. Anyway, yes, the guys here. Oh wait, this week in Migraines and Minions. Yeah, right. Thank you, Country 5 Minis. Hello. So yeah, there's the two gangers. They landed. They brought Fulgent Nova. His
Is he the best part of waking up?
He is indeed. His granddaughter Candescent. Like two of the only remaining Nova family other than Nova out in, Lucient, Captain Nova, who is currently in a coma on the planet Info, a long way away. But they
Wait a
landed
minute.
there.
Our Captain Nova's first name is Lucent.
Lucent.
Lucent?
Lucent.
Luscious?
No.
He's luscious. No. He's luscious
Lucent.
Nova. No. If you show
He's
that
got luscious
picture,
locks.
if you show
He's
that
lush.
picture,
Nah,
he's
I don't
luscious.
think he's
Luscious.
luscious in that. Do you think he?
Come on now.
He's-
That is clickbait for the Gen X crowd right there. For the Gen X ladies.
Is it?
You're the one who created that picture.
I don't think, but I do Gen X ladies like anime? I don't think that's true.
Like Sean Connery?
I don't think that's true, but not like anime Sean Connery.
Laying there with his bare chest open and just
But not anime Sean Connery. Ask Dan, go onto your dating app and ask how many of like people in our age range are like, are like thirsty for anime. I don't think it's maybe in the men you're going to find a larger
Yeah.
thing, but I think in the
Probably
women
so.
no, you're going to find more interest in like kind of effeminate vampire-y types.
Probably
You're gonna find more interest in Edward or Vampire Bill or like any of the people from any of those vampire shows that the women had growing up. Angel, Spike.
Yeah.
That's what the ladies of our generation like.
That's
Not
true.
the
That's
animus. No, that's the younger crowd.
true.
Anyway, if you like thirsty anime pictures, hit like and leave a comment down below. Anyway, back to my very wild rambling recap. Here at Fort Medguno, we've got, of course, Drake Tungsten and Fizz. They have ferried the Novas as well as Thiwar, Guthix, Timmy, and I believe Rumbe came along too, right? Didn't Rumbe come along?
I think so. I think we corralled Rumbe.
He did if you wanted him to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's kinda-
believe so. I'm just trying to remember from last time. Of course, Chud and Heroes have taken their leave. I gotta edit the graphic. They had their, they're back at the not the capital. They're back in Porto Nova doing their jobs.
I know Porto Nova is probably going to be the capital now.
True.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Porto Nova is probably going to be the capital at this point.
Yeah. So everybody disembarked, of course. Almost right away, Fulgent went to talk to whoever was in charge, and it turned out that unfortunately who was in charge here was Len. Len, whose brother supposedly is now dead, and you now know it's seemingly at Len's own hands. He is the Grand Inquisitor, and he was kind of preparing to basically take over. Now, Thiwar had charmed him, which is why we've learned some of this. Or no, was it Guthix that charmed him?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Because he hates the war. There's no way.
Oh, that's right. Guthix, so Guthix had charmed him, learned learned all this stuff about how, the brother is gone and it's probably Len that did that, and that he has aspirations to the throne of the Empire, essentially. So Guthix learned that. After that, Guthix lit his invisibility lamp, and if I'm not mistaken, he was gonna go over here and check out the guard barrack area.
Right, I think that's where we left off. We both went invisible, and we're about to go in there.
And I think that Thiwar also went invisible. I know that Thiwar was also looking for signs and symbols related to his previous employment.
Right.
And Timmy and were the rest of them just gonna go to the bar?
That sounds right.
No,
I think
no,
the NPCs were.
no, Timmy.
NPCs.
What was
Yeah,
Timmy gonna do?
Timmy was helping out.
Timmy's
Fulgent.
Timmy's working with Fulgent.
That's right, because he's trying to get in good for the family.
Yeah.
Rumbe, no, the two NPCs went to the bar. You never specified what Rumbe decided to do.
Probably Rumbe has gone to the bar with Drake, Tungsten, and Fizz, I imagine.
Because remember, Drake pulled out a multi and started showing people the show.
That's right. That's right.
Because like he's that's what he does.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's basically where we left off then. I think. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, since we're already here at the fort.
None of that now.
That was Dolphin. That was our Dolphin.
Yeah, sure.
The party dolphin,
Party dolphin.
Dude, I would love
Space
a party
whale.
dolphin. That would be awesome to have a party dolphin.
Maybe.
No, that's what it would do.
We had a party horse, and that was hard enough to deal with.
Yeah, party dolphin seems like a lot. That seems like a hell of a lot. Anyway, here at Fort Medguno, we left off, and Guthix and Thiwar were just turning invisible and heading into the restricted area of the fort in order to check out, well, what's going on there.
Yeah. Looking for, I believe I was specifically looking for documentation and orders about things. What's his name is put into place?
Len. Yeah.
Len
Gotcha. Various kinds of things that Len has put into place. Hello, Comstar Knight. Where's the super chat option? I don't know. Share the stream. Get us more subscribers, and hopefully soon we'll have one.
No, they're not forever banned.
Not forever banned. Just,
no.
In the future, they're coming. Maybe.
But nobody can blow a ship up over here.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody blows ship. We don't blow ships up over here.
Birthday bong hit. It's not my birthday yet. It will be in like a month, actually.
Hey.
Like almost exactly a month. Woo! All right, so Guthix with his lamp. He is inside the barrack area or the soldier area. Oh, hey, me too. Cool.
Nice.
He's going through. It looks, at least structurally, like you remember. And the soldiers here, apart from being more crowded, which the whole fort is more crowded. Because obviously people have kind of come and
Ooh.
They've gathered here at the fort. Like when you were here at the fort, it was just the people supporting the kind of frontier effort. But now it's like obviously many people have converged on the fort, and there's like a ton of soldiers in here. You're looking around for signs of anything to do with Len or the engine, and you're really not finding anything. In fact, most of what you're finding is like you're walking past hearing soldiers, like people are grumbling about conditions, but most of all, what people are talking about right now is like, did you see those ships? Like like people are like, everyone is like obsessed with the fact that there's these, people have just gotten used to airships, like just barely gotten used to the idea, like that's like a whole new thing. And so now it's like there's these giant like metal, they're colorful, there's like they're lights, they're fast. They have these
Wait till they find out
aliens.
it turns into a leg.
Right. They have that's already a thing that people are starting to talk about because Drake's shown the show. So that's going around too. People are like speculating like what does all this mean? So there's lots of confusion. People are not really talking about Len or the engine at all. There's so much more to talk about. Like some people think that this is like the end of the world because it's like, it's a bunch of wild shit has happened.
Crazy, unnatural stuff.
Right. So it's like most of these soldiers are just like grunt soldiers back here, and they're talking about all kinds of crazy shit. As far as Thiwar,
That Drake guy, man. He told me an hour ago at the bar. She had 5 arms.
What?
Drake, that guy told me. The one chick he was with had 5 arms.
Why would that be impressive? I don't think that's the story Drake would
exotic.
tell. He would be like,
Exotic
she
for
had
sure.
5 vaginas.
Whoa.
No, don't you remember? Don't you remember that joke?
I do
It
not.
just kept getting. Which character was it? It just kept getting worse and worse.
Like this
She
game?
had. No, it was another game. It was one of our previous games. She had 7 legs. Or what? Oh God, I
Dan,
don't remember.
you could literally be recalling something from a game that happened like 25 years ago.
This is probably
Like some
true.
like little joke from like some game that happened like decades ago. Cameron and Garrett clearly do not like have no concept of this.
Are you
I
talking
don't
about
even
the,
remember.
I think I might. Are you talking about
Do you?
the 30 dicks joke?
That's it.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I linked another meme video a couple weeks
That's
back.
it.
George Washington. And that's the
Oh,
best
George
one.
Washington. Is that what we're talking about? Is George Washington?
Yeah, that motherfucker had like 30
Yeah, like
goddamn
30 goddamn dicks.
But you remember, like, one of my characters started talking about it. It's like, dude had like 3 dicks, and then that guy had like 15 dicks.
But is that
And it
from
just-
this game?
That's from a long time ago.
See,
though.
that's what I think. Like, I think there's like conflating of like.
Yeah,
because
it's all like a mush
It's
up
all
in
a
my
mess.
brain.
Right. I
Yeah.
think Dan is just, he. Yeah, but
I've been around so long. All the characters are they're all mushed in my
I
brain.
think the thing that you're talking about happened when that video first came out on the internet.
Maybe.
So however long ago that was, I think that like because
Oh, no, it was Greyrock. It was Greyrock who did it.
exactly. And how like when did that Washington video come out on the internet? Greyrock was 20 years ago.
15
true.
years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So this
Oh my
was
God, that's right. Greyrock was like 15, 20 years
yeah,
ago.
like that's
Jesus
fucking forever
Christ.
ago, dude. That's
Oh
like
my
so
God.
goddamn long ago. You're
Ugh.
like talking about
I'm so old.
because when that first gets it, that's a Neely one, right? There's a Neely Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that first came out, so we're gonna get some lore. When that first came out, like we obviously found it, and it was funny as hell, and like we were kind of obsessed with it. So I played it for everybody, and I think that was initially then what caused Dan's dwarf character Greyrock to then Like there,
Because they started out being like, yeah,
The
like
reemergence of the joke.
she
I see.
had two of something, and then
right,
a couple.
right.
The next time he told the story, it was like, no, she had 5 of it. The
And I
next time he told the
think
story, it was like
and
7
now
of them.
if I'm not now that like we're talking about it, I think that it was in Malistar, in Dragonia, in
It was.
in the demon bar where you
Mhm.
had to sing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so there was like probably some demon lady or something that had like a bunch of arms or some shit. But then
Yeah.
the dick thing and it kind of went and it just rolled on. And then years and years later, Cameron brings up the Washington thing again,
and it just booms in my brain.
and now we're
Yeah.
all
Now the
confused
the
about
brain is mush.
our jokes from previous games and this game and
All right, we got new jokes to make.
right, we
Yep.
do have new jokes to make. Oh my
right.
goodness. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I got us off track. But that's me. I'm gonna get you off track.
yeah,
That's my job.
But
That's
I'm
what
like
we do here.
I'm
That's my-
easily
that's
gotten
my
off track,
job.
especially today, because I used up all of my staying on track yesterday. All of
Yeah.
that got used up yesterday, so then none of that is left. What
All
about
right.
just making the same joke for like 15 years? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
something that happens.
that happens too sometimes. All right. So what was I talking? Oh yeah, Guthix. He's in there. He's just seeing like the same stuff. I mean, Thiwar is basically seeing the same thing. When he is looking for signs, is he looking for signs in people, or is he looking for signs physically, or both?
Like documentation. Like, you know.
Documentation.
Are you talking about the war's signs of his past, or are you talking about?
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I guess originally I meant like if there was some type of symbol or iconography we used.
Right.
It's like on the walls or writing somewhere, yeah.
Gotcha.
Check this out, guys.
What is that?
Got some fried fish, some collard greens, and
Oh
some yams with brown sugar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Dude,
Nice.
yes, you absolutely do live in the South.
Yeah, the South,
Oh, yeah.
yo. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so and are you gonna primarily concentrate over here, or are you gonna kind of make your rounds around the whole deal?
Oh, I'd be casing the whole place.
Right.
Originally, I was trying to stick with Guthix was with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're both invisible, we're kind of just going for it.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit difficult to stick together, unless the only way that you could stick together with Guthix easily is if you maintained like contact with him through your circlet.
Right.
But you'd kind of have to continually talk to each other and like be like, okay, I'm here. That would be really the only way to kind of stick together. Which you could do that, but I don't know if it would be worth it, especially if you have separate ends.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So, Guthix is looking around and despite the crowded nature, he does see a handful of familiar faces, including one of the guys that helped you and Ren. There were 2 soldiers that helped you and Ren on the Lucchesi originally combat from the air during the big orc raid.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so you recognize one of those guys here. So it looks like some of the old guard of the fort are still here at the fort, but it has been kind of overrun by new soldiers. But again, other than people talking about all the craziness, almost like nobody's talking about Len at this point. Like Len is not even a bit of conversation, and
Yeah,
it's
I don't expect Len to be brought up in conversation. I was more so looking for like documentation about his orders, if I found any.
okay. So you're gonna try and see if go ahead and make. Let me think.
Character sheets every time, man. They're getting me.
They're all different.
Yeah.
All new, all different.
Wouldn't that be something like an investigation?
Yeah. I'm trying to.
What's that
think
based
here.
on? Intelligence or wisdom?
I would think that investigation would be based on.
Probably like intelligence. Actually, yeah. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check for Guthix.
The worst.
Wow.
The worst intelligence.
Wow. I don't see shit. I ain't seen shit.
Found shit.
Guthix is down here. He's trying to he is trying his best to gain access to see if he can find like any officers or anybody that would have orders, see if he can see any since he's in a secured kind of area, if there's any paperwork or anything laying around, and he is just not having any luck whatsoever. And it may be because excuse me, it may be because just things are chaotic down here. But yeah, Guthix is just not having any luck whatsoever. At least not in this area. Maybe if he goes back up to where Fulgent and them are, that's where Len was staying. Maybe there'll be something up there, but now that of course Fulgent has taken, custody of the manor, I don't know, you'd have to probably talk to him. But down here, it's just not happening.
All right.
Complete shit show. The only thing that you really saw that was of any interest down here was that dude that you knew before.
Well.
And you're not even sure you remember his name, sadly.
Steve doesn't remember.
Unless
his
you
name.
do.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he gave him a name.
Yeah. Nah, he actually does have a name, but you'll only know it if you talk to him. As far as Thiwar, he figures out pretty quickly that over here in this area, he's not seeing any symbols or anything. It looks exactly like, it just looks like a shitty barrack from he's been to other Imperial forts, and this looks like a very, very overrun, very chaotic Imperial barrack, but there's nothing in here. There might be things, something other in the other parts of the fort, but go ahead and make an intelligence check.
All right. You know.
Oh my god.
Wow.
This
Oh
opposite
yeah.
ends of the
Wow.
spectrum.
What the hell?
I know everything about this fort.
I built this fort.
We built this fort.
You seem to remember during your first mission, you were called to a fort in the north. when you had to make your rendezvous, you had to make it in the center, the very, very center point of the fort, and you had to make contact through your circlet.
Right, that makes sense. Okay. Then
And you'd
I would.
forgotten it because it was like, like a lifetime ago practically.
Right. I would try that then.
All right, so
Remain invisible, go to the center, and try to reach out.
okay. So Thiwar is headed to the center, and he's kind of looking around to see where the center would be. He comes out and makes his way. If you recall, there's like a this kind of alleyway here. It goes all the way through. So that's how you get into the center. Even though this is covered up right here, if you're down on the first floor, there's an alleyway through into the center. So you make your way around there, and then through that alleyway into the center. And there's kind of an arcade with shops and various things, and there's that big elevator that takes you up in the floors. But in the center, there's kind of like a little square with like a little gazebo-looking thing.
It's not there anymore because Drake landed on it.
Well, no, that's up on the top. He's below in the center. At the moment, there are not too many people over there, but there are people down here. I mean, it's pretty crowded.
I mean, I will. If it's not too crowded. I mean, I'm still invisible anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, your invisibility
out.
is it's indefinite until it's like dispelled or you like attack somebody
into
or something.
someone.
Yeah, run into somebody. Yeah, basically. So you head over to this gazebo type area, and as you're walking over there, you recognize somebody. There's a group of people standing talking at the gazebo, and you recognize the voice of Basil.
Basil?
Basil.
Non-existent for 85 episodes.
Yep, exactly. Basil, you have not seen since you left the capital, but Basil was the guide out here that eventually he was with you. Well, he was with them at the party. He was with Argyle and Ren and Guthix and those guys at the party. But Thiwar knows him because he lived at the manor house for several months. Like Basil lived with them. So Thiwar knows Basil. He went on adventures with you and stuff. So you know him pretty well. He seems to be talking to two people. You can see him. You can see his face. And then there are two people. It looks like a man and a woman. And they're kind of talking in low tones. And they're kind of sitting at this gazebo area.
Well, I might, if they're talking in hushed tones, I might approach and just over here, listen on this conversation for a little bit. Then.
Okay. You slowly and carefully make your way over so that you don't make too much noise. And you can see a Basil, and he says, I think they're back. God, how does Basil sound again? He was Canadian. Eh? Oh, hey. He kind of sounded a little bit like a Canadian Kermit the Frog. Right? Didn't he?
At least he does now.
Yeah, something like that, I think. I was like, so I hear they're back. And
They're better
here.
than ever.
Now he's sounding Irish. Guthix, Oh, I don't know what this means, but we've got to talk to them. And then you hear a voice that you also recognize. Is Argyle here too? I haven't heard so far. Well, I don't know about all of this. You sure it's not some kind of And you don't recognize this guy. This is the third person. It's a man. Are you sure this is not some kind of an engine psyop or something? I don't know. We can't be sure. As you start to like walk around to get a better listen and a better look, you are shocked and surprised when you see the face of the woman. Because the woman is Masha, but she has the face.
The face.
The face. Which she did not have when
Wait
you
a minute,
last saw her.
She looks like Dirk Benedict?
She looks like Gretchen. She looks like Sasha. She has the face. Which she did have all along up until the very end. Before you know, that the face, hers faded, God, when did that happen? Like after Plockton or whatever. And she kind of just looked like really plain. In fact, this face doesn't really suit her as like a kind of a thief bandit person because it's very, very pretty and it stands out a lot. Her real face like suits her totally because she like blends into a crowd. But then again, you don't think anybody else sees this face. You're pretty sure that Basil, as he talks to her, probably sees her real face. Because Thiwar kind of knows how this works now, at least somewhat.
I do.
I mean, you know that she had the face, that she had the same face as Sasha and Gretchen, and you know that in the end she didn't have that face anymore.
Right, but I don't know by the means by which that's happening.
I think you guys did.
No, we never did find out why that happened.
Not why, but I think you at least kind of knew, you kind of figured out that the face that you were seeing was not the face of the person. Because every time it happened, like when Sasha died in the manor, the face disappeared and she looked like somebody else.
What happened to Gretchen?
Gretchen was killed in the.
Was she killed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was killed she was killed by the leader of the Yellow Cult.
That's right.
In the dungeon
That's
under
right.
Porta Nova, literally the dungeon where you got the airship, where you found the Lucchesi.
That's right.
She died on, I think actually, like on the Lucchesi in that chamber.
Rip.
Or like right in front of the
that's right.
Lucchesi or whatever. Yeah, she got fucked
That's
up.
right.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
what's Thiwar doing?
What am I doing?
I mean, right now you're kind of you're probably a little bit in shock because you heard her voice and
I
you
don't
knew.
know. Would he though? Because we literally
it seems like he is.
Last night because we had the snow thing happen to us.
I feel like
but that kind of seemed finalizing in nature. I honestly didn't expect it to ever happen again.
Right. See, I think that if Garrett is confused, probably Thiwar is pretty confused. That's likely the the mental state that's happening right now is confusion, because again, the last time you saw Masha, and the last like on a couple months you interacted with her, she looked like not like this. So, and this is the first time that Thiwar has seen the face since. Argyle saw it, but I don't know if he told anybody. He saw it in a dream, but I don't think he had time to tell anybody. So this is the first time Thiwar is seeing the face again. And it's got him so confused that he like just lost the conversation that they were having. And it's just kind of like all I say is he's like trying to puzzle this out. And he's just kind of looking at the three people, and it's Basil and Masha and this third guy who you just don't recognize.
All right. Random guy.
And you're just like, you're kind of thinking, you're trying to like process, and what snaps you out of it is that Basil says your name. And you're like, what? And then Sasha says, I'm pretty sure he's here. That's what I've heard anyway. Well, then you should probably find him. I'll take a look. We'll go up to the manor. And then the three of them, they seem like they start to head away.
I know they're looking for me. I will then remember my initial objective and then try to reach out. Reach out with my helm.
All right. So you let them go, and you're like, okay. Let me see if I can see anything. You reach out with your helm, and there's kind of like a weird signal. Make a saving throw versus spell.
Odd staff spell.
So Thiwar, he's like, he gets this signal, and he's feeling weird now. It wasn't words. It was like a tone. Or a series of tones. And like
Bard picked up Morse code.
And like now he's like feeling strange.
It's the tones from Close Encounters of the Third Time.
Almost lightheaded.
And it's, I mean, clearly nothing I've seen or heard of.
No,
before.
this was weird. It's not what you expected for sure. It was almost like you normally you pick up the phone like in your you know, in your helm, in your circlet. Normally you pick up the phone and you hear like a voice in your head. This is like you picked up the phone in your head and it was a modem, or like a dial-up modem, or a fax machine. It was like a and then like it like hit you like hard, and then it ended abruptly, and now you kind of like, you feel weird, you kind of feel lightheaded and have like maybe a little bit of a headache.
Interesting.
Definitely
Okay.
never miss dicks. Hello, another Nate.
All right. With that, I'm probably confused. Too confused on why
I'm
that's
confused. I'm not even there.
Yeah,
what it
Yeah.
is.
Argyle's completely confused at this point.
yeah. Argyle's always confused. So
What's happening?
Thiwar is now thinking that maybe he needs to go and lay down somewhere.
That's what I mean. If the ships are still here, I'll probably return to the ship.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the ships are still there, so you think, yeah, maybe that's the best. That's going to be secure. You go up and return to the ship. Are you going to stay invisible the entire time?
Yeah.
You can make it back to the. Okay, all right. As far as Timmy, I mean, really, he hasn't been. He's just been helping Fulgent and Candescent set up the manor in the way that they need to. They're really just trying to get things organized, and unless Timmy is trying to figure out anything specific while he's kind of in there, or I don't know, what is Timmy doing anything other than assisting with the needs of the Novas?
Not really. No.
Okay. Well, then we should maybe flip
No.
over
I think,
to.
however, that
However.
I think that Rumbe though is sitting somewhere in a bar, and he's talking to people, and he's got everybody wrapped in attention because he's telling them a story about how he's gone to the
Edge
end
of
of
the
the
universe, and they don't even know what the
and
universe
and
is.
and
The
he's come
galaxy.
back, but he's done this with his trusty sidekick. And you know what his trusty sidekick is, right? The forklift.
Forklift. Yeah, forklift.
That's so. I think that's what Rumby is doing right now. Rumby is he's telling people this story, and he's
Oh
getting
no.
drunker. And he's
No,
getting
that's not what he's
drunker
doing at all. Nope.
and
No, that's
drunker and
probably not what
drunker.
he's doing at all, actually.
Oh
No,
no.
you just reminded me of something. Holy shit. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Let me see.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Did Jay give instructions?
No, but I'm like, you just reminded me of something, and I'm like, it is Rumby.
Uh-oh.
Where is Rumby here? Oh, there he is. Let me see.
By the way, on our website, it's got the old character icons.
Oh yeah. I haven't updated those in a while. I meant
Ah.
to do that. I just haven't.
Ah, I see.
All right,
And
yeah,
thank
that
you,
makes
everybody.
sense.
Thank you to everybody who's watching, all the 8 folks who are watching.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
everybody.
Thank you for watching. So Rumby, nobody is actually. Let me ask you this, Garrett. Which Gengar does Thiwar go and nap in? Does he nap in Gengar? Does he nap in the bar, which is Gengar 3, or
No.
does he nap in Gengar 2?
I'd probably go to 2. I probably feel more comfortable with 2 having been around it longer than 3.
Okay. So you go up, you take the elevator up, you're like feeling lightheaded. You're like walking towards the Gengar. You're trying to like you're all your concentration is trying not to run into people in this crowded place because you're like feeling weird. You finally get all the way up to the top. You walk out. You're walking out right here. Oh wait. You know,
You took it off the screen. Yeah.
It's still on my screen, but it's not on your screen. You don't get to see it. You're walking out. You're like right here. You just walk out this door right here, and you come out. And all of a sudden, the back door of the Gengar 2 goes. and you hear this.
Yes.
And Rumbe comes out, like
Forklift.
barreling out of Gengar 2
With the forklift?
with the forklift, driving the
fucking amazing.
forklift.
Amazing.
And he comes out of Gengar 2 and you hear him go, "Woo!" And he's like, because he's got a cowboy hat. So he's like whipping around his cowboy hat with one hand. He has his other hand on the steering wheel. You think in the hand that he has the steering wheel on, he's got the rotary tool on full blast going, and he like barrels. You have to jump out of the way to avoid Rumbe just colliding right in, because you're invisible. So you jump out of the way, and he drives the thing onto the lift, and people are like crowding around him, and they're like, "Oh, what?" And there's like now a scene. And the lift starts to go down, and there's people like jumping down and stuff. It's really fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's Rumbe.
So that's what Rumbe has done. Because that's the thing.
I'm
that makes sense.
headed to the edge of the universe.
Exactly. I forgot that. I was like totally forgot that the forklift is in the Gengar 2. Like the forklift is that's where you guys left it, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, 100%, because it's still there. I just had to check.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
100%.
Awesome.
And Rumby's actually standing right by it. Obviously, you guys aren't there anymore. But
That's amazing.
but yeah, it is in fact. So, yeah, it was with you. I thought for sure that it was. So that's what Rumby's doing.
That's
anyway.
Great. That's great.
I am going to also assume that Guthix is probably going to, because he's after he leaves the barracks, since if there's nothing else going on there, and he's kind of checking around the rest of the thing, he probably at some point is going to encounter Rumbe driving around, because it's like in a circle, so he's going to be like probably like driving around in a circle.
I'll find a good place to unstealth, and I'll come out. Rumbe, what are you doing?
Woo! Get on! We're going to the edge of the galaxy.
I imagine there are people holding on to this thing. They're
they're
riding it.
And he's encouraging it. He is actually encouraging people. So there's like a whole pile of people on the thing, like, and he's just driving it around.
There are ladies who are jumping on into his lap.
Well, I don't know if ladies are going to be able to get on this thing very easily, but there's definitely people hanging on to him.
Yep.
I'll pass this time. I easily motion sick. You know how it is.
All right, I'll see you later, man. And
Is he bleeding? Is he bleeding out the out? Never mind. No.
Yeah.
He seems to be having the time of his life. You actually don't think you've ever seen Rumbe this happy. So, probably just let him go, I guess.
Yeah.
Till he kills
Let him do his
someone,
thing.
which is inevitable. He's definitely going to kill somebody in that. He might have already killed somebody. He's dragging somebody underneath of it.
That. Nope.
But, it's the kind of thing that happens here at this fort, so no biggie. No biggie at all.
I'll be right back.
What happened to Daddy? These iron tubes came out of the sky, and a man came out in a giant iron horse with 2 giant sticks and ran over your father.
Yeah.
But that man was a hero.
An insane hero, but a hero
mean,
nonetheless.
That's exactly how that works.
Right.
Oh no.
Yes. So,
Oh no.
yeah, Argyle.
So Argyle has a question. Argyle, actually, no, I have.
You
an
have a
important
question, yes.
Okay.
Tell me
so-
your question as I urinate.
Ew.
I'm peeing on the side of the bowl so you can't hear it.
Well, that defeats the purpose. Now we know what you're doing. Anyway,
I mean, can you
so
hear it now?
No. Yes, actually, we can't hear the stream on stream. Anyway,
Just for a second.
yeah. So when Argyle sees his mother and father, okay, there's some context. So the context is this. Remember that Argyle hasn't seen his father since Argyle was a little kid.
Correct.
So, what ages are the mother and father in the tubes? Is mom the age that she was when she passed away?
Yes. So I was going
What about dad?
Okay, so here I was going to just describe them because obviously we ended on like you
There
see
they
them
are,
and
right.
there they are
Mhm.
and then that's basically it and
Right.
you
right.
know that's
Yeah.
what you get. But
Yes.
uh
And they're in the room behind the forge, right?
yes, because if you remember there's
So which room lit up when Tanalana hit? Did Tanalana hit the button and the room in the forge lit up, or did Tanalana hit a button and the room behind the forge light up?
No. Here, let me see if I can show you
Yes, that would
some
be. I don't want to see your dick.
don't
Don't want to see it. Let me see if I can show you how I pissed in the bowl.
Yes, exactly.
See, it went on to the side just like this. If you hold it at this angle, then you'll never hear anything that I ever do.
Okay.
But if I hold it at this angle, stream on stream.
Okay. All right.
What the fuck? Oh, did you bring something up that you forgot was on the map?
Yeah, I brought up an old map.
Is there a giant dick somewhere?
There's so many. They're good ones too.
just bring it up with the dicks. Just bring it up with the dicks.
Is it gonna come up? I'm trying to figure out if that's gonna show up or not.
It's all
Nope.
black.
Nothing.
Oh, you know what? Here, hang on. Let me.
You need to turn the lights on.
Yeah, I
because
gotta.
The lights
I
aren't
gotta
on.
just do that. Boom. There you
Nope.
go. That didn't
Nope.
work.
Nope.
I can see
Oh
'em 'cause
well,
I
you
drew
guys
'em.
aren't on the map. So wait, that shouldn't matter now, should it?
I
Hang on, let me look.
Oh, I didn't draw all of them.
Huh?
mean, if I'm looking at the stream, I see penis loves you.
Yeah. You can see it on the stream, but
I
you
see
can't
it on,
see it.
Yeah, I can't see it. It's all
Hang
dark.
on. There's got to be wait. Can I do that? No, wait.
Can I
can
pull
see it just
Argyle?
fine.
Can I just pull Argyle into it and?
Wait, you can see it fine?
I
Yeah.
can't though. That's the weird thing. It's like.
Are
dark.
you? I had to zoom way out in order to like see it.
Yeah, I'm zoomed way out myself, and I don't.
Huh.
Hold on. Let me. Oh, wait a minute. I'm way
Oh.
up high.
Yeah, I
Oh
thought you
yeah.
might have been.
That's I
There it
thought
is.
so. I was like
There
you
it
definitely
is.
should be able to see it now.
No, I can
Yeah,
see
the
it now.
penis for you. This like
Mhm.
super curly one right here.
The osteoporosis. penis.
This is deep lore.
It's the osteo. There's a one that looks like a fucking baseball bat.
This is from pre-stream Dicks in the dark here, guys.
Those are pre-stream penises.
These are pre-stream penises here. These. Okay. So there's that, and then hang on. There's that one. And
my
then
God. So which room is which?
There's
okay.
this one.
Holy shit. This section
This is a good one.
reserved for dicks?
This is an excellent
Wow.
one.
Wow. Look at that shit.
Okay, so these
Wow.
are the two. Yeah,
Okay,
this
which rooms
is
are we talking about?
okay. So this is all of this area that I'm showing you right now. This is the where the townspeople are. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is where the townspeople are. Then that means that's where the townspeople are. This first one. This is where the forge is, because this is. I had to remember. This is where you fought the wyvern. So this is technically the second part of the chamber. This is the
Okay,
wyvern cave.
So the forge is right here.
So the
Why
forge,
isn't
I mean,
Why
the,
isn't it doing it?
why isn't it doing what?
Isn't it letting me?
Your
It's not letting-
effects? You're not allowed to do effects.
It's
You're
not
doing it
allowing
up
me to do
here.
it. It's
It's
not
just
allowing.
tiny. This map's huge.
Oh, these maps might be
Oh.
big as shit. Yeah, these maps are probably like
okay.
massive.
So this first room, the room that's on top, is that
This is-
the room that the forge is in?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually,
then
no.
the
The
room-
forge is the forge is like back here. Wait, why is my thing not working? It's like up here. Shit.
Okay, I see it. I see it now. I've got it like really close.
Yeah, like up here. Yeah, basically.
These rooms are fucking massive.
Yeah, these rooms are big as shit. I totally forgot how big they were. It's before I,
Mm-hmm.
started, doing some economy.
All right.
So then, you go into here.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
yes.
Argyle's there. Argyle is there.
Oh, old Argyle is there. Yes.
Okay. right.
Reverted Argyle. Wait a minute. What
Ooh, I
is
like
that?
this art style.
Oh, there's still a treasure. There's still a treasure chest in there.
There
I
is a
see it.
treasure chest.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, when you go into this room, it's like. Yeah,
pretty much.
I'm definitely hearing some Zelda music in here.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then
So
there's this, and then actually there is yes, redeem video game, absolutely. This is me doing some pixely things, and then there we go. Here is oh hey, there's Mary.
hey.
This is the final chamber. This is where your parents are.
Okay. Okay. So are the parents like over here on the dais? Like
Yeah, they're
right
up here. They're
Up
up here.
here?
Do you literally see the two stones that are
Yes, I see
that
the
are
I
colored?
see the two stone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your parents are in tubes right there.
Okay. So now mom is the way she looked when she passed away. What about dad?
Yeah. So your mother. Hang on. Do I have an Argyle's mom?
Wait. Is there music?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah.
is there music with this one? There might be music.
You have a background soundtrack on this.
There's music with this one.
That's
Now
funny as
playing-
hell.
That's awesome.
Disembodied Spirits by Tabletop Audio.
That's awesome. You guys are getting to see stuff that was never on stream before.
Right. This stuff was
this is
definitely.
This is pre-stream, man. This is ancient lore. Ancient Dick's lore.
Yeah. So yes, your parents are gonna be right
Okay.
there. Your mother does in fact.
Your mother? No. Your mother is my mother.
That's true. That is true.
Yes, it is.
How that works.
Huh. I wonder. Do I have an Argyle's mom here somewhere? What the fuck is that? What did I
It's like-
call her?
It's like, yo, mama.
What's your
Yo,
mom's
mama.
name? Do you
Yo,
remember
mama
Argyle's
is-
mom's name? It's
Oh,
not Martha,
oh,
is it?
Find out.
No, it's written
Some kind
down
of M.
somewhere. I'd have to find it. It's written down, and I've got-
Maryland, maybe? Or
hold on, Maryland? Did you just
Mary?
say-
I thought it was some kind of Mary or
It
like.
could be Mary.
Hold on.
Hang on, I'm trying to see if I can
In my
find
notes, I literally only have her as Argyle's mom.
Hold on. Give me a second. I need to find the RPGs. Okay.
Wait, why does
RP
the...
Need to find my RPG folder, and then I need to go into the Dix folder.
Bam. Argyle's
There.
mom. And...
He's
Bam.
got it
Argyle's
going
dad.
on. Oh my god. What's wrong with Matt Damon's face?
If you recall, he was stoned.
Oh,
So
right.
So,
your mom looks like she did. She is in a fancy red dress, the same red dress that you saw her in.
no, 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 no.
What?
This is not right.
What's not right?
Somehow I overwrote fucking Argyle's backstory with my goddamn. Hey, this is Dungeon Dan from Dix in the Dark. If you enjoyed Reg and Reggie's story, make sure to like. I over fucking wrote. How did I do that?
How did you do that?
How the fuck did that happen?
Boomer Dan. You probably sent it to me, but I'm gonna have to go back like 8 years in fucking Messenger or something to find
Yeah,
it.
because it happened on Argyle's. Because on Anya's backstory and Mary's backstory, it's Mary's. They're all good, but fucking I did it on fuck.
Ah,
Fuck.
yeah. I'm sure it exists somewhere.
No,
It's fine.
It exists. I sent it to you, so I've got it in
Right.
an email.
I'm sure it
somewhere,
exists
so it's okay.
somewhere.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. Okay.
But yes.
Well,
so
it's mom and dad.
Yeah,
We'll
so
just call them mom
either
and dad
way,
for right now.
Argyle's mom is she looks as you last saw her. She's in the fancy dress that Uncle Frank Serpentini, Uncle Frank, uncle to both Ren and Solus, of more deep lore there, gave her that dress and was about to marry her, just about to make Argyle. Well, no, he did marry her.
He did marry her. So Argyle is a half brother. Is a
half
stepbrother.
cousin.
Stepbrother?
Is a stepbrother. Because Frank is the father to Ren.
No, Frank is
Isn't
the
he?
uncle. It's Uncle
Oh, Frank.
Yeah, because he killed
Okay.
their dad.
That's right.
He killed their dad to get at the fortune. And then he
Yeah,
kept
because-
their mom alive in some weird incubator thing to like run. If you
That's
remember that, to
That's
like
right. That's
yeah,
right.
dude, to like, give himself power. And he gave the rings to the kids so that it would
Mhm.
suck their power, which is like
Yeah.
why Solus has like extreme autism sometimes.
Because Ren and Stimpy are
ring.
brothers.
Because the serpent rings, if you remember, like they had
Yeah,
'em.
Ren. Yeah. Nobody. Actually, I don't think it's ever been mentioned once on stream. But Ren and Solus are actually brothers.
Are brothers, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ren wasn't too into the fact, so it's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Ren never cared. But it's Ren is Serpentini, and Solus is Solasanti Serpentini.
I'm telling you, lots of Italians. There's Italians everywhere.
There's Italians everywhere. We can't help it because we're
not-
Italians, so
we're
it
Italians,
just
so
comes
yeah,
out.
It happens. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, Argyle's mother, we're just way getting out of.
So wait a minute. So Argyle's mother looks the way she did when she passed away.
She looks when you last saw her, she's probably like 35.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the same dress. She's got some like scratches and stuff on her face, and her hair's kind of messed up because if you remember, she got like carried away by wyverns. So she's kind of messed up, but like she looks. Other than that, she looks exactly when you last saw her.
Okay.
On the other hand, your father, Matt Damon, looks like young Matt Damon.
How did those two people create
Argyle.
what looks like Argyle?
You know, genetics are weird.
Did it skip a generation?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Oh no, he looks like.
Gotta see the grandparents.
Yeah.
He looks like his uncles, is what it is. Yeah.
Right. He looks like his uncles, and his uncles probably look like the mom's father.
Yeah.
So his grandfather, his maternal grandfather. That's what he looks like. But
no, they look like the maternal. They all look like the maternal grandmother. She was bald.
Yeah. So his father looks young. His father. Here's the crazy thing about Argyle is Argyle has perpetually kind of looked old his entire life. And
Yes,
even though Argyle is only like 18 years old or like almost 19, he's like bald. He looks like he's like a fucking 40-year-old man.
He does, yes.
Argyle's father
he's
in
had
this case.
He's had a hard life.
Yeah. Without a father, you know. Fatherless behavior. So Argyle's father actually looks Argyle's age. Okay. Argyle's father in the tube looks like he's probably about, I don't know, like 19, 20 tops.
Okay.
And he looks like Matt Damon, so he looks really fucking young. Because Matt Damon, when he was 20, looked like really young. So he looks way younger than Argyle. In fact, it's a weird pairing because he's like the 35-year-old mother who still looks pretty good. And then the very, very young father. Now, he doesn't look stone. He just looks normal. And he's wearing garb from your village that really probably hasn't changed much in 20 years or so.
How long ago did you find him?
Not too long after we started excavating and looking around here.
They weren't here because I was in this room. Did you bring him here?
No, boy. They were here.
They were here?
Yeah. Now, you're like looking at the area in the room, and the thing that
this is the room that's all lit up with stuff, right?
Yes, and this was the room. Well, the previous rooms are now lit up too. Well, you didn't really notice it, but I mean, you haven't noticed it yet. But some of those previous rooms
like,
are lit up.
Things that like when she flipped the switch, it flipped a switch.
It did.
Everything.
Anything that looks like pixels lit up, like that looks like Zelda art lit up. Anything that looks like the Wyvern Cave did not light up. Okay. So basically anything past the secret passage, essentially, which isn't secret anymore because you guys opened it.
Right.
But
Tana.
Yeah.
Is this all there is that's lit up? Is there anything else? Any kind of hidden entrances? Can you detect it?
I don't know. I don't think so. It looks like this is it. What is this language?
Actually, well, no, Argyle's not the person to look at the language, but actually, maybe Argyle is the person to look at the language. Argyle lives in a small town. These older languages.
Does Argyle know this language? I highly doubt it.
Fuck no.
Yeah. No, it's not even something that Argyle is familiar with.
Although people are probably freaked out at this point.
Yeah, a lot of people are the uncles are like, "Oh, what the hell?" I don't recognize this. It's not common or any form of common. Oh, wait a
Can you,
second. Hang on.
wait.
She takes her multi out and she's like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, it's Zixel. That's weird.
What's Zixel?
Zixel. You know, we had some on board. Or no, actually, did Tanalana even meet them? No, I'm trying to think. No, Tanalana didn't. She left with Argyle, so she wouldn't know that. Yeah.
Can we get a signal up to the ship and maybe patch into the Destiny? Can they read? Maybe info can download
I
some
can translate
information.
it. At least somewhat, I think. It's old Zixel. Or weird. Or something.
But I think info would like to have this information.
Well, I patched my multi, or at least one of them, into the ship.
You have more than one.
Oh, I've got 5 or 6. People leave them laying around all the time.
Oh my god. Actually, he would be like, oh my gods.
Don't
Actually, no.
forget,
Actually,
Katana's
no.
a klepto.
No.
If there's fucking
Actually,
cell
no.
phones, like any day, she's got
Actually,
that
no.
shits, man. She's got a whole bag full of them.
That probably does not phase Argyle one bit at this point.
Yeah, at this point, he kind of knows.
Mhm.
He kind of knows better, so he's like, "Yeah, we're patched in."
So, honey, apparently that's mom and dad. So, wait. Are those, are they real or are those holograms? Those hologram things? He's gonna walk up to his mother.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and stick your player on.
Ew. Ew.
His mother? Whoa.
Stick your player into his mother.
Yeah, we're getting into some Game of Thrones shit here.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh man.
I look tiny. like Argyle's mom and dad are like super big.
Yeah, I mean, I made them big so that so that they'd here we got.
Yeah.
Put a lease out here
Mhm.
to, that way you got.
So
some
Argyle's
company.
gonna walk up to his mother and take a look and see if he can determine. Actually, Argyle's got a multi. He's gonna pull it out and see if he's gonna start scanning them. He knows how to do that shit. He's been doing that shit now for a little while.
He's I mean, he's not that great at the multi though. He doesn't really.
Yeah.
Tana, who let me pop her out there too, or actually no, that's the old one. There's the new one. Tana. She's like, let me see. Tana. Bloop 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 bloop. Also, if you're looking at she's got a when she pulled up Zixel, she pulls it up and there's like this rotating picture of a lizard man.
Oh, those are what? Okay, so Argyle does know what a Zixel is, or does he?
That was the first guy we met.
That's right. That's right. Argyle does know what a Zixel is.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's one
in
of
fact,
them.
now that you're
Wait.
now that you're thinking about it, didn't you kill a shit ton of these guys in here?
Yeah.
You killed
did.
a bunch of lizard men in this cave.
Dude, did you know all that far back? Anyway.
So yeah, the Tana is looking for information and she's kind of blooping around on her thing a little bit. It looks like they're in some kind of a stasis.
That doesn't make sense, though.
I can't tell, though. if they're alive or dead, but they're preserved.
Elise is walking
And
up.
pickle juice.
Elise is walking up to the dad, and is secretly thinking, "Why couldn't he have gotten those genes?"
Yeah, right. Why doesn't he look like that? Wait, that's your dad? That? These are your parents? Fuck.
Hey, the kids are gonna look good though.
Well,
right,
yeah.
right. You know
That's
what the
probably
kids
what
the
she's
kids are
thinking.
the kids are going to be pretty, so
She's like the
offspring's going to be all right,
offspring, yeah. She's like, well, that's okay. Maybe I can deal with him. The next generation
Actually,
will.
According to the offspring, the kids aren't all right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But
do you think we can take him back with us?
I don't know.
Is it Are they detachable?
The tubes do not look detachable. And as you're like looking at this whole thing, as you're looking at this whole setup,
you said they're preserved. I don't want to take them out of there if they're preserved, because I don't want them to rot. I mean, Argyle knows this. This is something
right.
Argyle's
Of
like,
course, yeah. You gotta keep them packed in salt if we take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at them, and not only do they, well, obviously you don't remember seeing your dad, but not only does your mom look exactly like she looked when you last saw her, where even like the scratches on her face look
she's
fresh.
Wearing the same clothes, right?
Exact same clothes. Literally, It's like, but you're looking at where the tubes are, and you're like looking at this thing, and you look down and you realize that like between the tubes there's kind of this little there's this little square space on the floor that is kind of bordered. It sticks out a little bit.
Is it a place where you could put that?
It's the place where you picked it up from.
Oh yeah.
You're looking at this whole scene now, and these tubes, like, they weren't here, but this is the exact spot where that happened.
Is power from the room going into the tubes? Does it look that way?
Yeah, there's clearly, well, see, because here's the thing. When everybody went in, you could kind of see there was just like a dim light from the tubes. That's how your uncles even found like that this was going on back here, because they went back and they saw this like dim light, and they could just see kind of this dim blue light illuminating the faces of their sister and her long dead husband.
Right.
And so that's kind of all you had. Well, when Tana flipped on everything, the lights all came on, but clearly those tubes are being powered, yes.
Well, we might have to leave him here, but this is a reason to come back once we finish the mission. He's told Elise all about it at this point.
Yeah, obviously he and Elise have had pretty long conversations. As that happens, there's a
patch in. I was gonna say patch in, yeah.
On both your and Tana's Maltese. Tana looks down and she says, 5 very large ships just entered the system.
Are they Zin?
Nope. Looks like they're Frobos.
Federation is here. Cavalry's arrived.
Commander! Argyle to the Destiny.
Oh, hello, Argyle.
Fuck.
Arch here. What is it?
Where's the commander?
Ah. It's not her shift. She's sleeping. Do you need me to wake her?
Yes.
It's me every time, man.
Yes. Please.
All right.
I don't want to talk to you. Jesus.
Let me know it's
Poor Arch.
Creepy ass motherfucker.
Let me patch you into her quarters. After a few moments, Commander Callus here. Oh,
Commander.
yes.
Hold on for a second.
Hmm.
And he presses a couple buttons. Hold on.
Did you wake me up for
Guthix.
this?
Guthix. Guthix. Come in,
Hello?
Guthix. Yeah.
Guthix picks up his multi.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yes? What is it?
Lana just had scanned Frobah's ships. 5 of them entered the system.
Ah, they're here already, are they?
Yes, but and he steps back and he turns on the holo emitter to show everybody. Look at this.
Yeah, the camera, not the emitter.
turns on-
the
he turns on the camera.
basically the camera.
You're never gonna believe this. I'm in the Wyvern Cave. Boink. And he turns
What are
it
you
on.
doing back there?
This.
Oh my, what? Is that what I think it is?
That's Ma and Pa. But Tanalana says this was built by the lizard men, by those Zixel people.
The lizard man.
Hi.
Commander,
Hello, Tana.
Yes.
Probos is here. They're in the system.
Hmm.
Uh,
Now, what is this about your parents?
they're here. They're in the tubes.
Oh my.
It's an old 80s band.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good saying that should be brought back in the tubes.
In the tubes.
In the tubes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Well, we'll be monitoring your situation. I guess I'm pulling a double today.
Can you, patch into info? They'll probably want to download all this information.
See, in this in the scene in the TV show where it would like cut back and forth between like Argyle in the cave and like Guthix in the fort, but then it would like cut to Astra in her room, and she'd be like in her room just in a brawl, like putting on her jacket. In like the old TV show, you'd have that cheese,
Yeah, it
a
would
little
be.
bit of cheese,
Yeah, it
where
would
she'd
be.
be like in her
Mhm.
bra for just a minute, you know, like putting it on, like, oh, you woke me up,
Mhm.
and you know that they just put that scene in there of her waking up so that they could show some
Yeah.
titty.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they used to
Didn't
do
they-
it back in the 80s and 90s, anyway.
Didn't they do that in V?
No, they did that in like everything, like even in
Yeah,
some
they did.
Star Trek shows, they did that.
Mhm.
They would like cheese it up a
Yeah.
little bit, you know.
I have a feeling that they did that in Babylon 5 once.
Yeah,
It sounds,
I'm
sounds
sure.
like a Babylon 5 thing, yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, any
Mhm.
of those older sci-fis,
Yeah.
you gotta
Mhm.
cheese
gotta-
it
you
up
gotta have
with
a little
bit of
little bit
that.
little
It's
bit,
with the
little bit of
guys too
cheesecake.
sometimes though, because there's
Oh,
plenty
yeah.
of sci-fi where the dudes are like, oh, I just woke up, you Captain Kirk, or like fucking like even
Bruce Boxleitner.
Bruce
he wakes up-
Boxleitner, no shirt.
Yeah.
Ugh.
War
Yeah,
for
I gotta
duty.
put my uniform on to get ready
They-
for duty.
Mhm. They got to do the cheesecake thing, yeah.
Yeah. They need to bring
But,
that back.
Mhm.
Anyway,
You want to why? You want to see Bruce Boxleitner without his shirt on? Is that what you're saying?
well, not now.
you did want to see Bruce Boxleitner?
Hey
without
man,
his
he's
shirt
a
on?
handsome guy. So all right. So Yeah, anyway, Astra tells you that she'll keep monitoring the situation, and she says, "What are your plans, Argyle, Guthix? What are you doing right now? Give me some reports."
Do you want us here when they arrive? I don't know if we're going to be able to leave. You know how they were the last time. Although, we do have these ships.
Well, if you have to escape, then you'll have to. You can't stay there, of course. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I wonder. Okay, Argyle would not think of that. Dan almost said it, but Argyle.
That was too stupid.
or would Argyle think?
I don't
of it?
know. Make it roll an intelligence check. Let's see if he's being particularly bright. It rolled on that
No,
7.
not really.
He almost. It was close.
Almost had a thought.
He almost had a thought.
It was in his brain, and then it just disappeared, just like that.
I'll tell you what the thought was after the stream is over.
Okay.
But-
What about Guthix? So she's kind of asking Guthix what he is doing.
Yes, Commander Astra. We have arrived at Fort Madguno. Currently, Forgent, along with Timmy, they're taking care of some business here.
Every day, taking care of business.
in their own way.
Yes.
Yes. The engine, Len Glen Gatsby. Did I say that right? Glen Bashby.
Glen Bashby.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Gatsby is
The
something.
Gatsbys.
The
Yeah,
Gatsbys are completely different. Those were
Yeah.
in the 1920s. Yeah.
Glen Bashby, I think, is the last name.
Yeah, Len has he is in control now. It seems that
Len.
all other royal connections have ceased living.
Toll.
I'll have to inform you a little bit more on the situation later.
Is Fulgen taking control?
Tentative, yes. Let's hope that situation.
Oh. That doesn't sound good.
Yes.
Want me to kill
We're
that
monitoring
guy?
it closely, but
You want me-
we'll keep you updated.
You want me to come down to the fort and kill that guy?
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary. Someone here will do that first. I'm sure of that.
Argyle's like, I'll come down to the fort and kill that guy. I
I'll
don't
do
care.
Why not? But yes, is everything going well back at the Destiny?
Things are good here. We've been making progress on some upgrades and some other things. We've been learning lots of information. Thiwar was sent a large packet of information. Have you heard from him? I tried to get a hold of him on his multi, but I didn't get an answer.
Yes, Thiwar was surveying the premises, as you may say, with me a bit ago, but I believe he went off on his own path. I'll have to find him and meet back up again. Was there anything you wanted me to pass along to him? Just connect his multi?
Yes, just, I guess the situation at the fort, it sounds like it's a little bit more serious than I had thought. Argyle,
Yeah.
what's your plan?
Well, I can't take them with us. It seems like they're connected into the room here. Probably gonna need to get out of here as soon as possible. But, is there any way we can... Excuse me. Is there any way we can, maybe those guys from Info, that Doc guy, can hide this room? Can tell us how to do it so that Frobaz doesn't stick their fingers into this shit.
Ah,
Don't
I
want
see.
that to happen.
That makes sense. You're worried about your parents and the discovery there. Yes, I'll get Professor Hexagon on it right away. We'll see if we can find anything else out about that. Yeah. All right. Are you going to be staying there? Or are you going to head back to the fort?
I'm gonna stay here as long as I can. Gonna have Tana help me. Elise is here, by the way. Say hi, honey.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Goyle. Mrs. Goyle.
One question though. I'm gonna stay here as long as I can, but we've got my ship, so we can leave from here directly. But do you want us to see if we can bring anybody else with us? I know Elise is coming, but we can bring people to shore up the crew because, well, you know what happened.
Right. If you can find capable hands that can comprehend what is happening, then, well, it would be something that would be good for the ship.
Elise has capable hands, all right.
Of course, Elise is welcome, your wife. Perhaps I will, once I finally speak to Thiwar, I'll put him in charge of vetting.
That's a good idea. He knows those kinds of things. I don't know those kinds of things.
Right.
But, yeah. We'll talk soon.
All right. Keep me updated. Let me know everything that's happening.
Thanks. Argyle out.
Try to get some rest, Captain. Guthix out.
Thank you, Lieutenant. The war is...
Wait. Hold on. Why are you guys still there? What? Commander, I can see your titties.
yeah. Got to hang up.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna so I'm gonna share like a weird little thing. So the missus watches a lot of reality TV shows.
Okay.
So I in turn end up watching a lot of reality TV shows, like kind of like not just regular reality shows, but specifically like dating shows. Right?
Yeah, I know this, yes.
So like in a lot of these dating shows, like people are being as like slutty as humanly possible.
Right.
Like, and there's this thing now that girls will do where like they'll get a bikini that is like 3 sizes too small.
Yeah.
So that when they wear it, they have like underboob.
Right.
And like they just like there's no way to not have underboob because it's so fucking small. It's like literally just barely keeping them in so that there's like underboob. And on one of the shows, there was a girl who had just like had underboob the entire time, underboob. And the girl on the show, her name was Elise. And so it's a weird thing in my brain because when I'm hanging out with her and we're watching a show and there's any underboob whatsoever, we go, "Oh, Elise!" It's like, you know, like a little
Marilyn does too.
joke
Oh,
between
that's
us.
hilarious.
What's that?
Okay.
She
The missus does too. She knows about.
Well, no, she like I said, we watched the
Watches on
show.
occasion.
Well, no, there's a show where this girl was named Elise, like a character.
Yeah, I know,
like,
but does she know about our Elise? Is what I'm saying.
yes, but only just recently because I only
Okay.
just recently told her. But that because it's a funny thing because she will if we see a girl with underboob, even if it's not on the just wherever,
Yeah.
it will go oh, Elise.
Elise. Yeah.
Right, but then also
Mhm.
Elise is the name of Argyle's wife. So I'm constantly
hilarious.
thinking Argyle's wife's just hanging out
Oh my
with some
God.
other.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh Jesus Christ! Anyway, funny little aside there.
Congrats on the trophy wife, Argyle.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
So
No,
Thiwar.
believe me, when Argyle married, he married up. Boy,
Yeah,
he married
yeah.
up.
Well,
He
Argyle
really married
definitely did.
Oh, we know.
So Thiwar is he went into the Ganger 2 stumbled into the Ganger 2 after seeing Rumbe fly out in the forklift and was just feeling rough. So just kind of hit the hay and passed out. After a while, Thiwar wakes up. He's feeling a little bit better, but he notices there's a bunch of stuff on his multi. Apparently, it looks like the commander was trying to get a hold of him at one point. Argyle and Guthix, there might have been some kind of a call there as well, and so he's missed some stuff. And there is an alert on his phone, and the Ganger is flashing. There's controls up in the front of the Ganger. It's probably what wakes him up eventually, is that there are controls on the Ganger that are flashing because he's getting all the things that ships have arrived in the system.
All right. Well, I'll jolt up and start with the alert. There are ships in the system.
Yeah. You see it looks like there are 5 large Frobaz ships jumped into the system about a half hour ago.
The music is
Okay.
still playing.
It is.
Is it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. The music is still playing, but that's fine. Let the music play.
That's funny. I can't even hear it.
Yeah, never tonight.
It's barely there, but
Very
it's there.
faint. That's funny.
Mhm.
Maybe it's still just playing for you. That
Oh,
could
it's playing for me
possibly
too.
be.
Hey,
it's
chat,
just
can you
playing
hear
for
the
you.
music?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Thiwar's looking and he sees that it does appear that 5 large Frobaz ships have entered the system, and once he gets music has indeed been playing. Okay, I guess it has. Once he gets over to the bridge and looks at everything, he sees that there is a smaller ship that is now headed towards your planet from one of the larger ships.
Gosh, so they are here and approaching. All right. Seeing that, then I would everyone.
Oh no, Garrett, you're cutting out again.
No, you're cutting it.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Did you just say nah?
Boom.
Oh no!
Right.
But wait a minute. That nah blowing up gives everybody hit points.
It does. That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to contact everyone else. Seeing a ship's coming and seeing I missed messages, I'm calling everyone. Big group call.
Okay. So not long after you get off the call with Astra and each other, all of a sudden Thiwar seems to have popped to life.
Ah, Thiwar, good.
There you are.
We were trying to get in contact with you. about your car's extended warranty. Um, no, Commander Callus was trying to reach out to you. Apparently, some things are happening.
Yes, are you all aware that there are Frobah ships in the system approaching the planet as we speak?
Probably before you were.
Yes.
And what is our plan of action then? Have we come up with anything?
Well, they are certainly here faster than I expected, but the only thing that we can really do is wrap up our business here as fast as possible. Probably alert the Fulgent. And
You realize
then
if you
make contact ourselves.
if you link Timmy into the call, he's probably right there with Fulgent, so you can probably give them a heads up immediately.
Oh, I'm right here, you dolt!
Hold on.
Hey, Fulgent!
Did you
Yeah,
link? If you linked everybody, does that mean
Yeah.
that the
Okay, everybody.
plus Rumbe?
Yeah, plus well, only if
I don't know.
Rumbe picked up.
No, wait a minute. Let me ask you this.
But Drake and Fizz, right?
But
Did
hold
you,
on.
Did you link in Drake and Fizz? Because they're here too. Or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
When
okay. That's the question.
No, here's the question though. When Chud left, did he give his stuff? Did he give his stuff back, or is Chud in on this too?
Chud probably still has his multi, but Chud has never turned his multi on.
Ah.
That you are aware of. It's probably in
Okay.
a saddlebag and it's been turned off for 2 months or whatever. So he's probably got it, but yeah, he's not in on the conversation.
Okay,
Neither is Rumbe. But that big belch that you heard, that was Drake Tungsten and Fizz joining the call. What did he say? What is this stuff? What you say? Frobah's on the way?
Yeah.
Yes, they're coming. Well, they're here, rather.
Great. That seems like it's going to complicate things.
You think?
No. But what do you think, gentlemen? What about our plan of action?
Should we attempt to be the first contact of that assumable scouting party that they are sending down?
Well, hopefully don't come here because I ain't good at that.
As you're having your conversation, Thiwar is basically sitting in the pilot's seat of the Ganger, watching with the heads-up display, and he can actually see this Frobah's ship. You see it enters the atmosphere, kind of scouts around the capital.
They gotta know we're here.
And then, after not very long, it zooms right over to the fort.
We just see it overhead. It's like, oh,
It's
there it is.
small though. It's like a little tiny ship. Yeah, you see it like zoom over to the fort, and then they actually touch down over here. Oh wait.
Oh
can
no.
you see that?
Oh no.
Over
Over way over here.
Okay, over by the.
Once they realize who they have, this is not good. Once they realize who actually is here, this is not good.
Yeah, didn't we agree to never come back here?
Well, no. It's not good because of Matt. Because we're wanted because Matt is
Matt
wanted.
with us?
But Matt's not with you though.
Yeah, didn't we have a story where we weren't actually working with him, and Matt's just
Yeah, he's just.
Matt's on
stowaway or
info.
something.
Matt's not here, and yeah, there's no. I mean, at least there's no confirmation. I mean, you guys have never confirmed Matt is on the Destiny. They assume that Matt is on the Destiny, but you guys have never confirmed that to anybody. And because remember, he snuck aboard. He wasn't part of the official thing. So, so yes, the ship lands.
But we killed a bunch of people because of that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
that is true. That is true.
We kind of do that. That's our thing.
I mean, Rumbe basically shot somebody point blank in the fucking head.
That is
That encounter
true.
was so dumb.
That is true, in fact. So I mean, listen, you guys have all kinds of things following you around at this point. There's all kinds,
Yeah.
especially
True.
considering Wistatway is out there just smearing your name all
Typing up
over
a storm.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to deal with Wistatway at some point. You're gonna.
That
So they land the ship, and
come on, land the ship.
a few members.
Do you have a
of-
ship?
I don't have a ship for this one. This is just a little small transport ship. It just looks like a little white pod. Nothing special about it. A couple of all the Frobos ships are like fucking generic as shit. They all look like corporate, like they're all white, plain looking. They look
Do they have a
really
Do they have a little tail behind them?
little tail. No, little tail. So, are you going down? Is everybody going to go down that's there to meet Frobos?
This might be. If Frobos is landing, this might be it because it's 10:30.
Hang on. Is everybody going down here to meet Frobos?
Yeah.
We're just doing this in person. All right.
Argyle's monitoring.
All right.
He's watching.
Yeah, bring the Fulgent out.
He's watching. Are you calling him the Fulgent now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or, I think it sticks. I think it sticks.
I'm trying to make it a thing, yo.
He
Yeah.
probably likes it too. He's not. He's the Fulgent.
The Fulgent.
Yes, he is.
All
So-
of Timmy's family gets there. They're all like,
Royalty.
All
Right.
hail the Fulgent! All hail the Fulgent!
So, Timmy with Fulgent Nova comes down. They meet Guthix and Thiwar, Drake Tungsten and Fizz down here at the gate as you see three individuals from Frobos, and they start to walk up, and you see somebody, well, you haven't seen him in 6 months, but you will never ever forget this person's their face or their
forget the
voice.
name.
Yeah, you might not remember the name. In fact, I don't think this person even ever gave you their name, or at least not on screen. But they walk up and they say, "Oh my, I cannot believe that I would ever see you again." This is the person that was your initial liaison to Frobos, that put you in the white paper suits and told you all about how you were never going to be able to come home again.
And at that moment, the orcs attack.
Yeah. An arrow through the throat and the back. It's like, oh fuck. Yeah.
Thorbin Cal?
No way. He dug it up.
Thorbin Cal.
The ancient texts.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait a minute, is that the asshole that put me in a paper bag?
Oh, hello, Mr. Goyle. How are you doing? So
Fuck
sorry. So sorry to hear about your world here, but we've started recovery efforts right away. Your capital city, unfortunately, while it has taken much loss, we do think we can mitigate further environmental disaster and further harm to the people. Are you the leader, sir? Well, things are chaotic right now, but it would seem that I'm the only member of the Nova family, the ruling family of this land, to survive. Oh no. The only member? But... Well... Thiwar, what about your father?
Excuse me?
Bum, bum, bum.
What about your father?
What about him?
Did something happen to him?
If it did, I would not know.
Oh. So you're saying you've become separated from the captain?
What are you referring to?
Oh. Oh my.
We are aware of the captain's... Are you under the assumption that I... Oh, no, the captain is my employer.
Oh. I think that, what's happened to your captain now? You notice that this guy's face is now all red and he seems like very awkward.
That might be confidential information. Why? What does that have to do with this interaction here?
Well, your captain is another member of the Nova family, correct?
Well, yes, that he is.
Fulgent is now like looking at Thiwar. In fact, everybody is now looking at Thiwar.
Oh boy, Thiwar.
Uh-oh.
And next time, on Up, Up, and Away,
I cast Fireball.
yeah, I can't handle this.
God damn. God damn.
Captain Nova is Thiwar's father? What?
Maybe.
Thiwar is a royal? Or is Thiwar a bastard child? Is this
Thiwar-
really Game of Thrones?
Sigma
That'd be
Snow.
my guess.
Sigma Snow.
So the thought that Dan had that Argyle would never have
Yeah.
is that the thought that Dan had is that, hey, Commander, contact, before they get here, contact them and start a dialogue and let them know we're here.
Like ahead of time.
So that people are not surprised. Argyle wouldn't think of that, but Dan thinks of that.
Yeah, except for that they knew you were here.
Yeah.
Like they like, you know.
I'm sure
the
they
two
knew,
gangers
yeah.
showed up. It's not like they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, gee, I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
The two
Yeah.
gangers are on Valarca. I wonder who that is. Who could that be? Yeah, they knew you were here.
I still say that Malarca. Is it Malarca or Valarca?
Valarca. V.
Valarca is a curse word. Valarca is an old curse word. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Valarca.
Valarca A. Yeah. So.
But damn.
Interesting.
Shit's been revealed. Although, I gotta tell you what. The music is still playing.
Is it?
The music is still going. And I think, to be perfectly honest, we need this every single time.
Some background ambience.
We
Little
need
tiny
some kind of
music.
need some kind of background ambiance, even if it doesn't match. This just happened to be perfect and match everything, but we need some kind of background music every single time. Even if it's the same thing. Which it could be actually this every single time. And it would be fine because it's just background noise. When you go back and listen, you'll definitely hear it.
I was gonna say I can't hear. I can see that. Because it's the disembodied spirits one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's playing, right? Yeah, yeah. I can see it, but I cannot hear it. That's funny as hell. Cool, cool. Well, guys.
Woo.
Garrett is out of it.
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah. Hello?
Are you okay?
Hello? I was messing with the sound in Roll20.
Ah, okay, the sound in Roll20.
So next week we are still doing this.
Yeah. Next week is up and away. Yeah, and next week.
The 18th.
Next week I don't have any. I don't have anything else to run, so I should hopefully be better. My brain will be more clear. This week has been a rough week because we did Saturday's game, and then I had Country Fried Minis. I had a migraine in between there, and it's just I haven't had time to really think. So that's why this game was very kind of slow and disjointed. But next time, now that Frobaz is here, things are gonna get real interesting and kick up real quick. So you have to decide whether you're going to make your escape, what's going to happen, what's going on with Len, all kinds of shit.
That's the other thing. Will they, do we have to escape, or will they just let us go freely?
Right. You seem like you got a pretty friendly introduction. He wasn't the guy wasn't what are you doing here?
But no, we got a friendly introduction the last time.
That's true. That is also true.
Yeah.
You did get a friendly introduction the last time. So that does make a difference.
I still say orc arrows just start flying. And they immediately go into combat.
Could. It could indeed. Well, anything else, guys, before we say good night? Garrett, final words about anything? We can't even hear him because he keeps clipping out.
Was he actually mistaken, or did he actually know something? Find out next time.
I don't know. Find out next time. Cameron?
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
There's your thumbnail. All of us are doing the fucking face for YouTube,
Oh yeah, definitely doing the
the fucking engagement face. Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that face. I don't like that face. I don't like it. No. Here,
tune in next time.
What you gotta do? Is I gotta.
NVIDIA broadcast background, very nice.
Yeah, I gotta do the thing. Where is it?
Oh, the thing you did last night.
Yeah, where is the? Here we go. This is it. That's the good stuff right there.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I guess that's it for us.
Yeah.
We're the Dicks in the Dark. We've been playing Dungeons and Dragons. We will be playing Dungeons and Dragons next week. So hit
and
subscribe, all that stuff.
Wait a minute. Whoever subscribed tonight, thank you so much, because we just went up a subscriber tonight.
Woo! All right.
This game. Thank you very much for subscribing.
Yeah, if you're still here, thanks for subscribing. We'll be back next week with more Dungeons and Dragons and more ridiculousness.
Lots of underboob. Just
Not
come-
actual
come to-
underboob though, just like
Come on,
talking about
come on.
underboob. We don't want to overpromise because
You know.
you
There-
know.
there's-
Oh no 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 no! Okay, I got in the stream now. Oh God, I just gotta go. It's the ending. Oh God. Oh no.
Leaving the dicks in the dark. See y'all later.
Bye bye. Later.
I had to